Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents the Skinny Confidential's Get the Fuck Out of the Sun. Routines, products, tips, and insider secrets from 100+ of the world's best skincare gurus. By Lauryn Evarts Bosstick, narrated by Lauryn Evarts Bosstick. Publisher's note: this audiobook will refer to visual elements included in the print and ebook editions of this book. This book is dedicated to the Nans, my grandma, who taught me the importance of a spitfire, feisty personality and a good plumping eye cream. Dr. Dennis Gross, the dermatologist and co-founder of Dr. Dennis Gross Skincare.
Lauryn's reputation preceded her, particularly among dermatologists. Meeting her in person for the first time, I already knew about her militant skincare routine and her compulsive sun avoidance, specifically her driving gloves. I will never forget the first time that I saw those white gloves. I had never seen anything like it. I would never have been able to convince my teenage daughters to wear them, but it was easy after Lauryn's endorsement. I remember thinking, how fucking cool is that? She has just made sun protection trendy and stylish, while also protecting her skin from UVA, UVB, and the sunspots and wrinkles they cause. After speaking more with Lauryn about her skincare routine, she checked all the boxes to earn the distinction of my best patient. She's the first to admit she's addicted to skincare and obsessed with beauty. Her passion is a good thing. Dermatologically speaking, Lauryn's skin is pristine. Her complexion is radiant, poreless, and clear, with no sunspots or signs of any sun damage whatsoever. But as impressive as her complexion is, I've always been most impressed with Lauryn's ability to make skincare and science cool and relatable. That is not an easy task. Trust me, I spend all day long at my practice groveling, begging patients to use sunscreen. After one blog post, Lauryn has people running to buy full-face sun shields and hot pink UVA, UVB protective ski masks. I remember thinking, what is her secret? After spending more time with Lauryn, it became clear that her superpower is her ability to connect with people. Lauryn bridges the gap between skincare guru and an unapologetic content creator. If you know Lauryn, you know she keeps it real. She loves everything having to do with skin and is an avid student, always wanting to learn more. She appreciates science, which to me is fantastic. I am a self-proclaimed science nerd, and we bonded right away when discussing skincare on her podcast. Seriously, we could have talked skin for hours. From a very young age, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I've always had an underlying desire to help people. I remember there was a moment when I saw a mole on the back of a bus driver's hand. It was a black growth that I feared might be skin cancer. I mentioned something to him as I got off the bus. That's when I realized dermatology was for me. I love that you can make a visual diagnosis. I don't need an X-ray machine. When I met Lauryn, I recognized she had the same desire to help others. I immediately saw her hunger for knowledge and admired how she used the knowledge to help others. Whether she is tackling a taboo topic head-on, opening up a dialogue that was previously non-existent, or asking if I am going to sweat today, she's always advocating for people to be the best, most curious version of themselves. Regarding skincare specifically, Lauryn and I share a lot of philosophies. For at-home skincare, there is no magic formula. You need to create a regimen of different ingredients that are working to build collagen, protect against free radicals, and target your specific concerns. Modern clinical skincare can change your life if you do it right. For in-office procedures, treatments like Botox or fillers should be used to enhance your natural features. The goal is to achieve your best undone look. You don't want to look like a completely new person when you leave the dermatologist's office. Lauryn's dedication to being a lifelong student is just one of the many characteristics that sets Lauryn apart from her peers. Skincare and science go hand in hand, and there are constantly new innovations, new ingredients, and studies that require ongoing education and understanding of how skin works. If you are just starting skincare now, don't freak out. It's never too late to start a skincare routine. This book is filled with not only Lauryn's knowledge, but also tips and advice from the best in the industry. Oh, and by the way, with Lauryn's help, Michael, Lauryn's husband, lost his Botox virginity that day in my office.
Dr. Dennis Gross at Dr. Dennis Gross. This part first. How to use this book like a boss. This is one of those books that you have displayed on your coffee table for a casual Instagram. But you will actually, wait for it, use it. My hope is that you find so much value in this book that it becomes your one-stop shop for all things skin. Think of it as an encyclopedia for your skin, but an easy-to-digest, cheeky encyclopedia. I hope you grab a glass of rosé, kick your feet up, and listen to this book, laughing along like we're at happy hour together. Maybe you'll even ice roll your face as you learn tons of beauty secrets. You could listen to this from start to finish, or you could also skip around and find some hot tips and on-the-pulse skin secrets. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. Why, hello. Fancy seeing you here. I am Lauryn Evarts Bosstick. I'm a wife to my husband, Michael, a mom to my daughter, Zaza, and a dog mom to my two chihuahuas, Boone and Slim. I am also the creator of The Skinny Confidential. It's a blog, a podcast, a book, and a brand. The Skinny Confidential blog started 12 years ago as a platform to get the skinny. Think like get the juice, stalk the scoop. My first book, The Skinny Confidential, a babe's sassy, sexy, and fitness lifestyle guide, included a big chapter on skin, but I felt like there was a need to write much more for this incredible community of women. So, voila, a full-blown resource completely dedicated to the subject. I mean, right? It only made sense to compile all things skin into one place for you guys. The hope is that you think of this book as your go-to collection of skincare advice. If you're dealing with a specific problem like acne, there's a chapter for you. If you're looking to depuff your face after too many spicy margaritas with your friends, there's a chapter for you. If you're looking to switch up your wellness routine so you can glow from the inside out, yes, there is a chapter for you. And if you're looking for Hollywood skincare tips, I went straight to the influencers and celebs to get the 411 for you. We'll go over sunscreen in specific detail, lymphatic drainage, how to get rid of brown spots, freezing cold shower benefits, fatty acids, humidifier secrets, Botox, fillers, preventative measures, all the tools that you have to have. Think jade rollers, extra chilled ice rollers, gua sha, facial steamers, etc. We'll even get into facial exercises for tightening the turkey neck. Expect buttery silk pillowcases, injectable realness, microneedling tips, everything to know about oil, hyperpigmentation, brow grooming, lasers, Korean skincare, and of course, making sure that you don't just focus on your face, but you take it to your tits. Even your toes, really. Feel free to move around. You can obtain tons of knowledge about everything from how to use your baby's diaper cream for an irritated zit, yes, indeed, to substituting a vibrator for your facial massager, to even using soap, like soap, to brush up your brows for that youthful look. Honestly, you don't even have to listen to every section. You can listen to whatever speaks to you. I've spent my entire career interviewing people from all different walks of life. The podcast I host with my husband, Michael, The Skinny Confidential, Him and Her, has hundreds of interviews with dynamic, charismatic, talented people. So you should not be surprised that this book is also filled with tips and tricks from some of your favorite sparkly experts. I mean, let me pull out my scroll here. Dr. Harold Lancer, Dr. Barbara Sturm, Dr. Dennis Gross, Kate Somerville, Sonia Dakar, Dr. K, Dr. Daniel Barrett, and Dr. Andrew Giacono. While doctors' opinions are amazing, you'll also hear from people who struggle with acne, hyperpigmentation, and lackluster skin. These people also happen to be top-tier influencers and celebrities. Think Omni Song, The Lady Gang, Catherine Schwarzenegger-Pratt, Chriselle Lim, Patrick Starr, Kristen Cavallari, The Bachelor's Caitlin Bristow, Molly Sims, Drunk Elephants, Tiffany Mastersons, and even the Fat Jew. Be prepared to laugh your fucking ass off for that one. I've also included many tips from the community, meaning you. Yes, you. Over the past 12 years, I've compiled so many tips from readers and listeners via DMs, tweets, Facebook, and Instagram comments that it's crazy. And you guys really have the juice, let me tell you. I am not an expert or a doctor or a facialist. I'm a practitioner who has immersed herself in the skincare industry for the last decade. In addition to all the experts I get to interview, I've also tried everything. I consider myself a human guinea pig, wanting to test everything so I can report back to my audience about what's worth their time and what isn't. My other longtime love, besides reading, scrapbooking, taking Pilates, practicing photography, baking, and traveling, is researching. But I've always felt like there's been a lack of research presented in a flamboyant, pretty way. Research is typically dull and boring. It's kind of like a limp dick, if you will. So there was a need for someone to present skincare in a way that was easy to digest and wrapped in a hot pink neon bow. There's one thing I don't do, and that's boring. I don't want you to listen to a boner stiff medical study here. I want you to enjoy yourself. So grab a glass of rosé and your visor, driving gloves, and an umbrella, and let's begin, shall we? Cheers. Love, Lauryn. Chapter 1. Preventative Beauty is in. Millennial Skincare. As a practitioner in the industry, I've observed something super interesting. For a while, I've been lucky enough to speak to women via DM, and these women from all over the world talk to me about their skincare routines. I've noticed that instead of covering up zits, acne, and hyperpigmentation, women are more interested in solving the problems that cause them. They want to look fresh-faced and dewy, but actually be fresh-faced and dewy, not just hiding skin issues with pounds of makeup. Who else can relate here? Dewy has been a buzzword since 2015. People seem to be moving away from the matte look because a matte finish tends to showcase fine lines and wrinkles more, and it's aging and not as youthful. So as you can imagine, oils are in, glowy is all the rage, and you can see a bunch of dewy millennials rocking a bit of tinted moisturizer and a pale pink rosé-colored lip gloss. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice brands are marketing skincare to women as opposed to cosmetics. You'll see it on Instagram and TikTok. Selfies are now more about the skin and less about the cover-up. Sure, everyone's still very much into cosmetics, but people are more interested in being the best version of themselves. Millennials seem to agree that what's under the makeup is the most important these days. Instead of waiting for their skin to get wrinkled, millennials are taking action. Women want to prevent problems from ever occurring rather than fix them down the road. And that action is spreading like wildfire because of social media. We're using Instagram stories, and Snapchat to showcase our skincare. We've seen what happened to our mother's skin, and we've heard too many skin cancer horror stories to not realize the importance of covering up our face, our hands, and our neck with sunscreen. We're stocking up on cleansers, oils, masks, and Korean beauty products to keep our skin healthy. We're also paying more attention to how we can take care of our skin from the inside out, like drinking more water, getting in a good detoxifying sweat, and eating cleaner foods. Also, preventative Botox is mainstream now, no longer taboo, thank God. I predict this generation will look younger for longer than any generation before it. Some very Skinny Confidential-esque research for you. The global cosmetic products market was valued at $532.43 billion in 2017, and it's expected to reach a market value of $805.61 billion by 2023. To get micro with you, millennials aren't banking on saving face when they get older. They want great skin right now, and they want to preserve that youthful glow for as long as possible. As a result, they're spending serious cash on skincare in addition to investing in preventative procedures like Botox and fillers. We're talking spending more money on products than any other generation. And instead of going the route of anti-aging products, they're shelling out for lotions, serums, spritzers, and tools that are perfectly suited for their skincare needs. Talk about from the mouths or faces of babes. That doesn't mean that no one cares about wrinkles these days. It's just that now it's all about prevention rather than treatment. And besides stocking up on more sunscreen with higher SPF levels, prevention often means heading to the dermatologist for Botox fillers, peels, and laser treatments. In fact, a recent survey by West Coast aesthetics chain, Skin by Lovely, found this to be especially true of women aged from 30 to 34. Nearly 47% had already tried injectables, compared to only 28% of women aged 35 to 39 and 11% of women aged 40 to 49. This group understands that it's easier to prevent than reverse signs of aging, says the company's founder, Lovely Laban. In this case, the splurge seems worth it. The long-lasting results fillers deliver make the cost manageable and something that they can plan for. Bottom line, easy-to-use, cute, and cool Korean products have set the tone for affordable preventative skincare accessible to millennials on a budget. The new approach to skincare is skin care, as in giving a shit about your skin and being an active participant in how healthy it is. This is something I had to learn the hard way, but it informed how I've been taking care of my skin ever since. So before we get into other shifts and trends
Sample complete. Ready to continue?